Mr. Chu here with Brack Geometry. Let's talk about complementary and supplementary angles. If this video helps you, I want you to like it. And if you need more help, down here will be a subscribe button to my YouTube channel where you can get more of my video help. So let's talk about complementary angles and supplementary angles. So, complementary angles are angles that are added up whose sum is 90 degrees. So it's two or more angles whose sum is 90 degrees. Complementary angles, I want to use black for this. Two or more angles, and I use that little symbol for angles, whose sum is 90 degrees. So in other words, it's a right angle. So that's what you're looking for if you're looking at a picture. Supplementary angles, two or more angles whose sum is 180 degrees. So if you're having them side by side, they will end up making a straight line, which is 180 degrees. So let's look at a couple examples, because my videos usually offer a couple examples and then often two challenge problems for you to try on your own. Example 1, it says find the measure of angle 2. So I have this black angle that is divided with using the angle addition postulate, where one of the angles down here that we're calling angle 1 is 72 degrees. So I always have the little m, which means measure of angle 1. So I can just write that in. Measure of angle 1 equals 72 degrees. They want us to find the measure of angle 2. Well, is example 1 complementary or supplementary? Since it's making a right angle, it's complementary. So this one is complementary. All right, since they're complementary angles, if I take the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2, it's going to equal 90 degrees. So I can use what I call the substitution property of equality in algebra to substitute a 72 for my measure of angle 1. I don't know the measure of angle 2, but I know when I add them together, it's going to be 90 degrees. Now I use the subtraction property of equality to subtract the 72 from the left, subtract the 72 from the right. This crosses out and I get 0 plus the measure of angle 2, which means I'm going to have the measure of angle 2, which is what I want, and 90 minus 72 is 18. So I know that the measure of angle 2 is 18 degrees. How do I check that? I take my 18 that I just found, add it to my 72 that was given. 8 plus 2 is 10, carry the 1, 90 degrees, which means it is complementary. And we're good. Now, example 2, it says find the measure of angle 1, this measure right here, which is a big angle, if measure of angle 2 is 40 degrees. Well, since it makes a straight line, that means that these are supplementary angles. And remember, the definition says supplementary angles, when you add them up, you get 180 degrees. So now I still use the substitution property. I don't have the measure of angle 1, so I add it to 40 degrees, and that's going to equal 180. Now I solved this using the subtraction property of equality by subtracting 40 from the left, and I have to subtract 40 from my right, which is your basic algebra rules. This crosses out, or it's a 0, 40 minus 40 is 0. Measure of angle 1 plus 0 is a measure of angle 1, which is what I want, and that equals 140. So I can go up here now and I can say this equals 140 degrees. Does it look like a 140 degree angle? Probably. It does look obtuse. So how do I check it? I check it by taking my 140 plus my 40. When I add them together, I better get 180 because my definition says it equals 180. Okay, so if you like this and it helps you, then like the video. Make sure you subscribe. Now, I end my videos whenever I'm introducing something like this with challenge problems. So here's your 2 challenge problems. Try them right now. Pause the video, try the challenge problem, and then after you do, then I will have another video that will allow you to check it. So 2 are complementary if the measure of angle 1, so it says 2 angles are complementary. That means it's a right angle. We know that because of the definition. Find the measure of angle 1. We want to find this top one. If 2 is 36. So you just set it up, add them up, find out that it's 90, use the subtraction property of equality and algebra to find the answer. Challenge 2. 2 angles are supplementary. That means I make a straight line, but I don't have a picture. Find the measure of angle 2 if angle 1 is 102 degrees. So you're going to set this one up. So you're going to say the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 equals 180, and then solve it. I'm Mr. Chu, and I want to help you learn geometry. Like my video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.